This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
He says he punched the touchscreen because the fees are too high, probably.
Higher now.
For him, they are.
Yeah,
Bail, that's right. Hey, good morning. I'm Ray Collins. John Scalzi also back. Your first day back as well, turns out.
Indeed it is. Had a great time off, as I know you did as well. Now we're back in the saddle, missing only one.
Yes.
We'll be back tomorrow, I guess, maybe?
Yeah,
perhaps?
Stephanie Webb under the weather
Under
today.
the weather. We're sorry to hear that. Feel better, Stephanie. We're looking at some pretty conditions this afternoon. Mostly sunny skies, mild conditions, near 80. So pretty. Tomorrow, though, a front will have worked through, and that will change things up. Currently, we're looking at temperatures across the region that are hovering around the 60-degree mark in most locations, upper 50s inland, 60s near the coast, and a little extra cloud cover on the way. That cloud cover, all part of the frontal boundary, sinking southward. Chance of a little spotty drizzle overnight, but we should stay dry during daylight hours. And the forecast calls for a 7 a.m. temperature of about 63, by 12 noon, about 74, and then by 3 p.m. this evening, or this afternoon rather, about 76 degrees. We'll have a daytime high that gets pretty close to 80. Back to you, Ray.
All right, thank you, John. Checking the roads right now. Little build up there east of 75 on State Road 64 as you head away from the metro area. Otherwise, pretty clear right now in Manatee County. Checking farther south at the very, very top of your screen. We make this difficult for you. You'll see University in the eastbound lane as you get away from 301. You almost see that on our map. Farther south, nothing much to speak of. On the South County map, mostly clear at 6:02 now on your Wednesday morning. Our top story, a record snowfall bearing down on the northeast today. ABC's Serena Marshall tells us where conditions are supposed to get the worst.
Whiteout conditions creating white-knuckle driving across the country. From the city of Erie, Pennsylvania, where even those sent to clear the roads, victims of the winter weather. Declaring a snow emergency after nearly 4.5 feet of snow fell in just 36 hours.
It was higher than the snowblowers.
Interstate 90 outside of town backed up for miles. Lake effect snow has left Buffalo buried.
I could only do about 20 miles an hour.
While in Massachusetts,
Thundersnow.
And it's not just snow. In Illinois, those sub-zero temperatures stopping locals' winter plans.
The girls wanted to go ice skating and we tried, but it's really cold.
While in Connecticut, for at least one family, frozen roads meant winter fun.
We don't need any concussions.
20 states from Colorado to Maine dealing with the wind chill advisories this morning. In Duluth, Minnesota, temperatures hit 21 degrees below zero with wind chill of -44. Causing steam and fog to rise off Lake Superior. The bone-chilling air and winter whiteout, sending dozens of cars spinning off highways. In Oregon, at least one driver injured.
Lost control, did a 360, hit a car on the next lane, and ended up here.
In Kansas, at least 4 people died after sliding off the road. Parts of the Northeast are bracing for as much as 6 feet of snow, and meteorologists warn that with the wind chill, frostbite is possible with as little as 30 minutes of exposure. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
Look at this time-lapse video now of the record-breaking snow that blanketed Erie, Pennsylvania. More than 4 feet of snow has fallen since Christmas Eve, causing dangerous whiteout conditions there. And there is still more to come. A disaster emergency has been declared for all of Erie County, Pennsylvania. Consumer news now. Hundreds of retail stores across the country are planning to close their doors after filing bankruptcy this year. It has been a challenging year for bricks and mortars. Let's go to Marla Spence now, live at the mall at UTC with details of this after the holiday season. Marla, good morning.
Good morning to you, Ray. That's right. You know, stores like Toys R Us and other big retailers are closing their doors after filing bankruptcy. Now, this year they saw a 4% increase in sales compared to last year. And although corporations did see that increase, that did not change the mind of decision makers to keep their doors open. Now, many of those stores are right here on the Suncoast, and with those store closures in the works, that means many people will be out of a job. Now, Ray, this comes at a time when unemployment has reached a 17-year low. Now that we don't know as of yet when those doors will be closing, but we will keep you updated once we find out more information. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Marla, live on DeSoto. The Library of Congress has archived every public tweet posted during Twitter's first 12 years, but now the library says it will change its policy. The library says starting next week, it only will it'll post selective posts. It does not include the criteria for how it will select tweets to archive. The library did say the shift is due in part to Twitter's recent decision to double the character limit on tweets and to the increased volume of posts since the agreement was first reached back in 2010. 3 major U.S. cities are suing the Pentagon over gun background checks. New York City, Philadelphia, and San Francisco are accusing the Department of Defense of failing to report criminal convictions to the National Criminal Background Check System. An attorney for San Francisco says the Defense Department's failure to report convictions puts innocent Americans at risk. The lawsuit stems from the mass shooting at the church in Texas, where the gunman's court-martial conviction for domestic assault was not reported to the National Instant Criminal Background Check System. Developing overnight now, people were injured after shots were fired near a popular mall in Memphis. Police say the 2 victims were hit with non-life-threatening gunshots. Officers have detained 4 suspects. The mall will remain closed as the investigation continues. This comes 1 year after the mall there was cleared because of a similar disturbance. Happening now in Florida, you might recall stories we've recently told you about regarding people getting caught with weapons as they go through airport security. Well, it happened again, this time in Orlando. A TSA spokesperson says a passenger was carrying a firearm and a magazine loaded with 10 rounds of ammunition. It caused a big backup at the Orlando airport early Tuesday morning. This is the 91st weapon intercepted this year by TSA at the Orlando airport. And nearby, Disney is rolling out an upgraded security policy now at several resorts. Guests at the Grand Floridian, the Polynesian, and the Contemporary no longer have Do Not Disturb signs for their doors. Instead, they were replaced with Room Occupied signs that alert employees that guests are inside. Along with the new signs, there's a new policy that requires Disney employees to enter each hotel room at least once a day to ensure guest safety. The changes are expected to roll out at other resorts for Disney in the coming weeks. New this morning, a bizarre story from Florida's East Coast. A man is out of jail after damaging an ATM after he said it was giving more cash than he had asked for, so he punched it. Surveillance video caught this man, Michael Olensik, in the act, and he was later booked at the Brevard County Jail on felony criminal mischief charges, this in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Area Congressman Vern Buchanan has been sponsored, or rather I should say honored, by a national animal activist organization. He's being honored by the Congressional Waste Warrior. That's a group dedicated to ending inhumane taxpayer-funded experiments on dogs and cats. He launched an investigation last March exposing experiments on dogs, including heart attacks and brain-damaging surgeries. He is the co-chair of the Animal Protection Caucus, a bipartisan group of more than 100 members of Congress dedicated to preventing animal cruelty, protecting endangered species, and advancing animal welfare policies. In Tallahassee, Senate President Joe Negron is confident that Hurricane Irma recovery options won't be a huge burden to taxpayers in our next budget. Potential public and private costs from Irma are staggering. The agricultural industry has estimated more than $2.5 billion hit on crops and facilities. The insurance industry is facing more than $6 billion in property damage claims. However, the state has yet to put an overall financial figure on Florida's costs from the storm.
The hurricanes are going to be something that we look at, we address. They definitely have a budgetary impact, but I don't think that it dramatically alters how we build our budget.
Negron's comments come as a member of the House continues to revise and offer new hurricane-related changes that will be discussed when the session resumes in January. Yep, all year long, and I'll never forget early September when Hurricane Irma came our way.
Oh man, that was something else, wasn't it?
Weird time for all of us.
Yep, it sure was. We are looking at some pretty quiet conditions now. By the way, next hurricane season might be an active one as well.
Really?
It's a possibility because of increased favorable conditions in the tropics for development. You know, we'll see how it plays out. But for today, anyway, it'll be nice and sunny this afternoon and warmer than average. We'll talk about that in just a few.
Also, head first alert traffic and some folks in one area in northern Manatee County are are very frustrated as they continue to get skipped on mail delivery. We'll tell you why they're being forced to go to a post office 5 miles away when we come back. But first, here's a peek outside of our window. You'll see a very peaceful scene there, the Ringling Causeway, one car coming this way. There's the Ritz-Carlton directly in the center of your screen. It is 6:10 right now, and you're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
It's time to take a road trip.
Huntsville is a must-see destination. Is this your stop?
Roger.
Marvel at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. Wow. Step into the past at Alabama Constitution Village. All aboard! The golf is stellar, and even the food is out of this world in the Rocket City. Alabama has a road trip with your name on it.
Which one you gonna take?
Listen to this important message. If you owe money to the IRS, you will want to hear this. The IRS is cracking down on those who owe back taxes. They send out devastating letters, garnish paychecks, and even put liens on your home or business. You may have heard of it. It's called enforced compliance. Penalties and interest compound daily on your back taxes, putting you under a mountain of debt. Tax 10,000 has years of experience connecting people with tax resolution specialists who will negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. Working through the IRS Fresh Start program, they will handle all the necessary forms and can negotiate a tax settlement with the IRS. It's that simple. And if you qualify, you may end up saving thousands of dollars, finally ending your financial stress. Now is the time for a fresh start. Now is the time to call Tax 10,000. 800-699-3188. That's 800-699-3188. Call now.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
A temperature comes in at 60 degrees. We have a little mix of clear skies and cloud out there, and dew point is at 59. Northeast wind coming in at about 3. I don't think we're going to cool off much lower than we are right now, and in fact, we'll probably start to see the temperatures begin to rise pretty soon across the region. Generally 60s from about Tampa southward as we head into the 70s down in the southern tip of the state, and then 50s in the panhandle. There's a frontal boundary kind of meandering to the north of us, and it will be sinking southward, but we'll also see an increase in cloud cover by tomorrow morning. So the temperatures that we're currently seeing across the area, which are upper 50s in inland locations and then 60s near the coastline, are probably pretty similar to the temperatures that we will see tomorrow morning. Not much in the way of any kind of rainfall across our region currently. We do have a chance of seeing a sprinkle during the overnight, but to the north of us, that's where the better chances of rainfall will be today. And if you are traveling, the Atlanta airport will probably see a mixture of rain showers, low-hanging clouds, and maybe an occasional bit of sleet or some freezing rain perhaps. This will gradually diminish in chance as the afternoon approaches. I think by about noon or 1 o'clock, we'll see an end to the rain shower chance around the Atlanta airport. Otherwise, things are pretty quiet across most of the country right now. This little area of low pressure is associated with kind of a twisting and meandering frontal boundary stretching across the deep south, and that will eventually produce a low pressure area that moves out into the Atlantic and pushes this frontal boundary closer to us during the overnight. Now, I don't think we'll see a lot of rainfall with this system, but we do have a chance of seeing a sprinkle during the overnight, but that's really about it. Cooler conditions perhaps by tomorrow, late in the morning and into the afternoon, as we start to see the clouds part just a little bit, and we see that north wind or northeast wind draw down some cooler temperatures, but just slightly cooler. Temperatures will probably be about 5 degrees cooler for a daytime high over the course of the next several mornings. But there is some certainly cooler air located to the north with minus single and even some double-digit temperatures in the northern tier. There's also some snowfall on the ground, as we talked about, and I think next week, as that colder air slides over these snowy conditions and kind of maintains its cool temperature, we'll probably see some big temperature drops as we head into early next week, and we'll be below average for several days in a row. In fact, the New Year's Eve forecast looks like it might be a little bit on the wet side and certainly cooler in temperature. A northeast wind comes in at about 5 to 10, increasing later tonight. And the forecast looks like this. We'll have, over the next several days, daytime highs near the 70-degree mark or a little bit warmer than. And then as we head into New Year's Eve, we'll see the temperatures start to fall off into the 50s and a good chance of rain on the first day of the new year, about a 50% chance on Monday. And then things start to quiet down a little bit on Tuesday. But daytime highs will only be in the low to mid 60s. Right?
Thank you, John. Tough start to the new year. Let's check the traffic right now. Some buildup there on 301 southbound as you cross over State Road 70. Also 64 westbound, also known as Manatee Avenue. Some slowdowns there as you head toward Perico Island. Little buildup there at the very top of your screen. You can almost see it there as you head into Lakewood Ranch on University past the diverging diamond. Otherwise pretty clear in the northern half of Sarasota County. South County, no real problems at 618 on your Wednesday morning. Some residents in northern Manatee County say they have to drive 5 miles to get their mail. Our Rick Adams has the story from Parrish.
Well, mailboxes just like this are at homes in the Cross Creek development. The problem is there's currently no mail delivery here, and that has a lot of folks all fired up. For Sylvia McDonough and her husband, their dream retirement home has become a little bit of a headache, and it's all because of the lack of mail delivery. For them and others in their Cross Creek neighborhood, the mailboxes are there, but the mail isn't.
We're really in a crisis situation here, for some worse than others.
Currently, residents of the development have to make the 5-mile round trip to the post office to get their mail. The problem is that mail delivery had never started in the development when it was first being built years ago, and the post office will not deliver mail to each individual home because McDonough tells us they don't have the money or the manpower to do that. Residents say they were told if the new owner of the development, Medallion Home, would put in cluster boxes where all the mailboxes are together, then the post office could deliver the mail to their community. The cluster boxes have yet to be installed.
I've spoken to most of the residents here. They don't care how it gets here, as long as it gets here. Yeah, we want to be able to walk to get our mail.
This lack of mail delivery has become a big problem for Doris and Francis Anderson. They rely on the mail to receive necessary medications that Francis needs. He currently has health problems and is on oxygen. Not only is it challenging for them to get to the post office, but they say sometimes the post office is closed where they are getting the medicine they need days later.
I do have to put him in the car with his portable oxygen, because I don't like to leave him at home. And I like to go more often than I really go. So it would be very beneficial if we could have mail service right here.
In a statement we had received from the United States Postal Service, it says, local postal officials will continue working with all stakeholders, including developers and builders, to ensure a satisfactory resolution to any ongoing delivery mode issues. Residents of Cross Creek Community in Parrish, Florida, may continue to pick up their mail at the local post office. Our mission is to provide trusted, affordable, universal service to our customers, and centralized delivery allows us to do that. McDonough and others say they will keep fighting for their mail delivery.
Peaceful resolution. That's all I want. I want the post office and Medallion Homes to come to an agreement.
And many folks here are hopeful that one day soon they will actually have mail delivery. No one from Medallion Home could be reached for a comment. Reporting from Parrish, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, 6:21 right now. Still heading Good Morning Suncoast. The latest in the hunt for a killer. We'll tell you why a widower is giving up the search for the person who killed his wife. But first, unusual shot for you here, a picture of Antarctica, a place called Palmer's Station. Looks peaceful, probably pretty cold though. We'll have John's forecast and more news on the way.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
The savings are bigger than ever during the Big Finish event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Why settle for less when you can shop the Suncoast's largest selection of America's favorite vehicles? Come take a drive and see why Jeep Grand Cherokee is the most awarded SUV of all time. Or for impressive off-road performance with a little bit of Suncoast style, shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
At Here Care Audiology, we treat you like family.
It was almost like I did not know what I was missing until I had hearing devices put in. And now I can hear so much more than I could before.
Hey, how does it sound?
Oh my goodness, it sounds so much better. I can hear so much better.
Schedule your appointment today. Call 941-219-4071.
Everyone's buzzing about Suncoast View.
I like watching the Suncoast View.
I like the Suncoast View.
The cooking segments, I love the recipes. The theater segments are terrific.
Join Stephanie Roberts, Linda Carson, and Bobeth Yates for hot topics, everyday issues, celebrities, food, fashion, fitness, and everything in between. Nothing is off limits.
They're just fun.
For smart, fun talk in the afternoon, watch Suncoast View, weekdays at 4 on ABC 7.
Serving part-time as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment to get an edge in the civilian world. Learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you at NationalGuard.com.
Here's an unusual sunrise shot for you. I actually took this picture 24 hours ago We flew back from the West Coast, a red-eye flight from California to Florida, and that's the first glimpse we saw of the sun rising. If you can see it there, the Gulf of Mexico is along the base there. We're just crossing Texas and heading toward Florida. That was 24 hours ago, sunrise, taking out the window of the plane there, shot from 30,000 feet. And make sure you check out our social media. We do daily updates on Facebook, also on Instagram. I had a chance to upload some photos also from my recent vacation. If you go to Ray Collins ABC7, within the Facebook sphere there, also Stephanie and John have sites as well with local content behind the scenes, so check it out when you get a chance. Welcome back, 6:25 right now. The husband of a murdered fitness instructor in Texas says he is done with the hunt for her killer. ABC's Marcus Moore tells us why he's giving up.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the husband of a murdered mother of 3 says he's trying to move forward with his life, but not giving up on the police investigation that remains wide open. More than a year after Texas fitness instructor Missy Beavers was found slain in a church, the killer is still on the loose. This haunting video released by police remains a key piece of evidence.
None of the family, friends, or co-workers of Missy Beavers are considered suspects.
But in a statement to ABC News nearly 2 years after his wife's death, Brandon Beavers now says it is time to refocus. Quote, "I'm not giving up in faith, just a reality where I've spent many months driving myself crazy with this. I'm powerless in the big picture here to believe I have any ability to solve this. My biggest priority now is my daughter's welfare and to do whatever I can to help us move past the pain." And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more on this ongoing investigation. With your GMA First Look, I'm Marcus Moore, ABC News, Dallas.
Help control cravings and lose weight with Contrave. It's FDA approved to help adults who are overweight or struggle with obesity lose weight and keep it off. Contrave is believed to work on 2 areas of the brain, your hunger center.
I'm so hungry.
And your reward system.
Ice cream. French fries.
To help control cravings. One ingredient in Contrave may increase suicidal thoughts or actions in some children, teens, and young adults in the first few months. Serious side effects are mood changes like depression and mania, seizures, increased blood pressure or heart rate, liver damage, glaucoma, allergic reactions, and hypoglycemia. Not for patients with uncontrolled blood pressure, seizure history, anorexia, bulimia, drug or alcohol withdrawal, on bupropion, opioids, MAOIs, allergy to the ingredients, or pregnant. May cause nausea, constipation, headache, and vomiting. Reduce hunger, help control cravings with Contrave. Now you can talk to a doctor online and get free shipping at getcontravenow.com.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
If high-performance art is what you're into, look no further than Sunset Fiat of Sarasota. For maximum performance, check out the all-new Fiat Spider. You'll flip over the superior handling and capability. Or follow roads less traveled in the Fiat 500X. No matter what your passion is, there's a Fiat for everyone. Prices starting as low as $13,999 during the Big Finish event. Going on now at Sunset Fiat of Sarasota.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
This half hour on Good Morning Suncoast, despite a positive holiday season, some stores will be closing down in 2018. We'll have a live report for you. Plus, more beach parking. We'll tell you what's being done in Sarasota County. And we'll tell you why Failed Entertainment is suing Kid Rock. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And we begin now with a live picture outside our window, looking out at the downtown skyline. Pretty shot there as dawn is about to break here in Paradise. Glad you're with us. It is 6:31. Stephanie is off today, a little under the weather. I'm Ray Collins. John Scalzi also. Your first day back, my first day back. I didn't know you were off also, yeah.
Yes, indeed. I had a very pleasant time enjoying some of the beautiful Florida weather, while other places in the country saw major snowfalls and some very chilly temperatures. Some of that colder air is going to be working its way closer to us, and as you saw on tower cam there, the air is a little misty, but we don't really have a fog problem across here. But to the north of us, there is a little bit more fog. They have actually a chance of rain showers a little bit further to the north. For us, the cloud cover kind of kept us away from the fog problem, but temperatures have fallen to in the 60s and upper 50s in inland areas, slightly warmer than it was just 24 hours ago. The cloud cover is on the way, though, and there is the potential, especially in North Florida, for a little bit of rain showers to accompany some of that cloud cover. I don't think we'll have a big problem with that during our daylight hours, but maybe some passing patchy drizzle during the later evening. We'll see. Anyway, for us today, we'll look for a temperature that comes in during the 7 o'clock hour in the low 60s, and then over the course of the afternoon, close to the 80-degree mark. Ray?
Thank you, John. The only blip right now in Manatee County is on State Road 70 as you head westbound after 301. Otherwise, so far, so good. That could change, though, as the morning commute begins. East of 75, you'll see Fruitville has a slowdown there in the westbound lane. And then checking farther south in our map, we'll find out that South County is mostly clear at 6:33 on your Wednesday morning. Topping our news, despite a positive holiday season for retailers, hundreds of stores nationwide will close down for good in 2018. Marla Spence is live outside the Toys R Us. And Marla, I believe Toys R Us has filed for bankruptcy already, haven't they?
Yes, Ray, that is right. Stores like Toys R Us and other retail stores just like it filed for bankruptcy. Now, those stores did see a slight increase this holiday season compared to last year. Now, although they did get a slight increase in sales this year, those stores are still considering closing their doors after filing bankruptcy this year. Now, more than 600 companies, including Toys R Us, Payless Shoes, and The Limited filed for bankruptcy. Many of those stores are right here on the Suncoast, and with those store closures in the works, that means many people could be out of a job. Now, on record, this was the hardest year for brick and mortar stores, experts say, is due to people preferring online retailers. I'm Marla Spence reporting live in Bradenton for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Marla. Senate President Joe Negron is backing an untapped $85 million job growth fund created this year as Democrats continue to question the need to replenish that fund. Negron offered support for Governor Scott's budget request to set aside another $85 million for the Florida Job Growth Grant Fund. This program has attracted nearly 220 proposals worth almost $800 million. The fund requires the money to go to regional projects rather than single businesses.
I've always been supportive of the Job Growth Fund and supportive of the governor's economic development initiatives. And with regard to Visit Florida, the exact amount, I'll leave up to the individual, committees and members to make that decision. But I don't think you can argue with the results.
Meantime, also in Tallahassee, Visit Florida says the annual visitor counts have grown from around 83 million in 2011 to more than 112 million last year, in part because of lawmakers boosting the public-private agencies' funding. For the latest on local and breaking news, make sure you update our latest app. Go to the App Store, WWSB or My Suncoast, and Android users will get the update sent automatically. New this morning, Palmetto-based Feld Entertainment is suing Kid Rock for trademark infringement. Feld owns popular shows like Monster Jam and Disney on Ice, and also the Ringling Brothers Circus, which stopped its shows earlier this year. Now, even though the circus no longer tours, Feld still owns the intellectual property, including the phrase, "the greatest show on earth." Well, now guess what? Kid Rock is naming his tour after that, but he might be forced to stop using that slogan and stop selling merchandise that uses that phrase. The suit will have to move quick, though, as the tour kicks off Sunday in Kansas City. Mixed reactions from Bradenton with the possibility of closing a police substation there. The substation was built in a single-family home in Washington Park. One resident says it could be put to better use as housing. Other residents say removing the substation puts the neighborhood at risk.
We're planning to try to revive this area, to try to restore it and try to help people to be very proud of it.
It helps me daily. I know I'm protected. It's a blessing to know that they are here.
No word yet what police plan to do about that substation. Sarasota County commissioners are trying to find a way to increase parking around Siesta Key Beach. So far, officials are set on a plan to create a parking lot on Midnight Pass Road. It's not cheap, though. Get this. To add nearly 40 spots would cost more than $500,000. There's also talk about setting up lots outside the area and then using a trolley to shuttle beachgoers in. One option is the Siesta Pavilion land at 41 and Stickney Point. Another option is the Westfield Mall. Some taxpayers say it's time to have paid parking so tourists can help pay for expansion of the lots as well. Well, it's not parking, but speeding causing a concern for some residents in Venice. As our Chris Brantley tells us, some want more speed bumps and others want more of a police presence.
Elizabeth Harner is a mother of 2 young children. Both of them are avid bikers.
This is a great neighborhood. It's got sidewalks everywhere. They have their friends within blocks.
The road in question is Nokomis Avenue. Along a 4-block stretch of road, including the one in front of Harner's home, there are no stop signs.
My kids do tell me, so-and-so or this car was going really fast.
She tells us her kids have had several close calls with speeding cars. Now they keep a close eye out. And after several homeowner complaints were made, the Venice police are keeping their eyes peeled too.
They see this wide open roadway and they could be, just spaced out and driving, not really realizing that they're going the speed that they're going.
When we saw VPD Tuesday morning, they were wrapping up a 2-hour traffic study. Officer Benjamin Neff recorded the speed of every car driving by.
Within the 2-hour period, I got 57 vehicles coming.
Officer Neff is compiling that data to help determine what, if any, traffic control devices are needed.
The average speed for all 57 vehicles has been around 25 miles per hour.
40 would probably be more of the norm. I don't see a lot of people going 25.
Officer Neff did see a few drivers doing 40, although it's not like he was inconspicuous in a marked police SUV. The point of the traffic study and of the residents' complaints has been to ask the police department to install traffic control devices on that 4-block span of roadway.
I think if we have some speed bumps or at least a stop sign every other block, it would force people, like I said, to slow down or stop and be more aware.
Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Well, as you make your weekend plans now for New Year's Eve, keep in mind there is a big change coming in the weather, John.
Yes, there is. We're going to have a big cool down, and there is some model disagreement between when that cool down will occur and how cold it will get and how much rain will accompany it. So we're still refining that forecast, but it does look like Monday is going to be a wet day, and there'll be a chance at some showers on Sunday night.
When you say model disagreement, you mean Christy Brinkley says sunny.
That's right.
And Christy Teigen says clouds.
They just can't make up their minds.
Typical.
And of course, we look to them.
Thank you. Also had first alert traffic, and we'll tell you how scammers are trying to use gift cards and how you can protect yourself from being ripped off when we come back.
Hey everybody, I'm Chef Bob Vitello. This is Chef Alan Bristow. What are you making for us today? You got some pretty cool stuff.
We're gonna make a little sausage appetizer here, shaped into the form of little balls.
So you're gonna make sausage balls?
Making sausage balls. It's gonna be
cool.
delicious. Got my trusty gloves on. We're gonna take some hot Italian sausage, and you don't necessarily have to use hot Italian. You could use mild Italian, you could use turkey sausage, chicken sausage, whatever you really like. We're gonna add some mixed cheese in here, which is really nice. We've got some fresh scallions as well. And we've got some jalapenos. Now, we've used the hot sausage, so if you're gonna use jalapenos, be careful about how much jalapeno you put in there. You like it really hot? Put more in. You like it less hot? Put less in.
Put some sriracha in there too.
Sriracha works great. Bob's ketchup works every time. So then I've got a little mix here. It's like a little Bisquick style mix, and we're gonna put that in there. And then all you're gonna do is you're just gonna mix this up really, really well, okay? And by virtue of television, look what we have, Bob.
You got meatballs on steroids.
I got meatballs on steroids here. So we're gonna turn this out, okay? And we just break it up into little compartments like this, and then we're just gonna roll them. And what you wanna do is roll them quite well and push them together, because when you push them together, they're gonna stay together really, really well.
Just serve this over pasta, even put it in lasagna if you want to.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, you can see that I'm making these a little bit larger, Bob, because this is gonna
Gotta make
be
some,
more like
gotta make some big sausage balls there,
gotta
man. You
make
can
them
eat 'em
big. I like it, I like it. If you wanted to make them smaller, you can. So what we do with that is, we take these, we put them on a foil-lined sheet tray, Bob.
Just make them like regular meatballs, bake them off?
Bake them off.
Can you fry them if you wanted to?
I think you could fry them. I haven't ever fried them.
Start tomorrow. Be sure to stop by your Publix Apron Simple Meals kiosk, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients after sampling this delicious sausage ball dish.
Excellent.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59, ceramic tile 99 cents, and 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents, but these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
What if you had a medical emergency away from home?
My chest hurts. I can't breathe.
What you need is Mobile Help, America's premier mobile medical alert system. Most systems only work at home, but with Mobile Help, you get help outside the home with coverage nationwide on one of the largest cellular networks at the press of a button. Call the number on your screen for a free full-color brochure. We'll send you everything you need, including this base station, the patented mobile device, and the waterproof pendant and wrist button. You can also add the fall button that automatically detects falls and signals help Call today and receive a risk-free 30-day trial. There is no equipment to buy and no long-term contract. For a limited time, you will also receive a free emergency key box with your plan purchase. Remember, mobile help keeps you safe coast to coast.
Call 1-800-916-8638. That's 1-800-916-8638.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining. Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Current air temperature coming in at 60 degrees, dew point at 59. Temperature and dew point close enough together that there is a little bit kind of a mist in the atmosphere. You'll notice that if you look at the street lights or whatever, but that's not really producing any fog right now. We do have a little bit of cloud cover at times, and the temperature and dew point close enough together that there is kind of a humid feel to the air. But so far we've escaped the fog. North of us there's a fair amount of fog, but it hasn't really reached our area. Northeast wind comes in at about 3. Across the peninsula, temperatures generally in the 60s, south of about Tampa Bay, and then hitting the 70s as you hit the very tip of the state. Back to the west, though, we do have some temperatures that are in the 50s. Cool front kind of meandering up there. Plus, they've had some cooler rain showers as well, helping to lower their air temperatures. 57 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca coming in at 58 degrees, Parrish at 59, and then you hit the 60s along the coastline from Bradenton down to Venice at 60, and then a little bit warmer near Boca Grande. Not much in the way of any rain showers across our area, just that kind of thicker mist. We do have some rain showers to the north of us, though, in the Atlanta airport. You may see that kind of slushy mix of sleet and rain showers. But that should be ending as we head toward the noontime hour. All of this kind of moving along as a low pressure area drifts toward the coastline. These rain showers are all associated with a stalled frontal boundary that kind of meanders back from Texas on up the northeast coastline. The low moves out into the Atlantic, carrying this batch of rain showers with it today. We get a little bit of cloud cover from it and perhaps a spot of drizzle during the overnight. We'll look for mostly sunny conditions through the day, warmer clouds tonight. That cloud cover tonight keeping the temperatures up just a little bit from where they normally might be if the clouds were gone. And then tomorrow afternoon, we will see some of those colder temperatures arrive. We're looking at a boating forecast that calls for a northeast wind increasing a little bit during the overnight to about 15 knots. And over the next several days, we stay warm. Then on New Year's Eve, we have that 20% chance of a passing shower. Not a big chance, and it certainly wouldn't be a heavy rain, I don't think. But then temperatures will be falling as well. So around the midnight hour, you'll have temperatures close to the 60-degree mark, and then over the course of the next several days, good chance of rain for the first day of the new year. And then as we head into Tuesday, we're looking for about a 20% chance of showers as things start to clear out, but temperatures will be falling. Ray?
All right, thank you, John. Checking First Alert traffic right now. Some buildup on 301 in both directions as you cross over State Road 70 in Manatee County. Otherwise pretty clear. South there, you can see a little problem there on Fruitville Road westbound as you head toward I-75. Then our final map to the south will show us mostly clear at 6:48 on your Wednesday morning. Well, tell this to your kids. Playing video games too much will soon be recognized as a mental health disorder. Yeah, gaming disorder it's called. It'll be added to the special list of diseases by the World Health Organization. Symptoms include the inability to control when and how to play video games. Another red flag is when someone chooses games over other interests in life and keeps playing despite negative consequences. Adding gaming disorder to the list by the World Health Organization means that it'll be recognized by doctors and insurance companies. In consumer news, if you've received a gift card during the holidays, well, this story is for you. Consumer Reports says a scam begins as soon as the bad guys write down the numbers and scratch off the strip on the back of the store to get security codes while they're still in the store. Then, using replacement strips that can be found online, the hacker covers the codes and leaves the store. And once you buy the altered card and money is added to the account, the thief gets an alert. They are creative. Consumer Reports recommends protecting yourself by buying directly from the retailer online, or if you do buy in person, get a card that's kept behind the register. Talk about holiday gift returns now. Many returns wind up right there in landfills. Returned merchandise adds up about 5 billion pounds to trash landfills every year, according to the group called Optoro. That's a firm that helps retailers manage the returns. The company estimates that only half of returns make their way back to shelves. The others are often damaged or their boxes are open, so they wind up being sold to secondary retailers or again brought to the landfill. 6:50 right now. Still had your top local news headlines, and a Tampa Bay Buccaneer was in the holiday spirit when he left a big tip on Christmas Eve. We'll tell you how much he left one lucky Applebee's worker when we come back. But first, a peek outside our window as dawn is breaking. Pretty sunrise is on the way. You are watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-307-2040 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you the #1 mistakes retirees are making with their investments today, and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-307-2040 to have your free information kit rushed to your door. Again, that's 800-307-2040.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
ABC 7 is the most watched, most trusted news source on the Suncoast, and we owe it all to you, our loyal viewers. Thank you for making us #1.
Welcome back. Here are the top headlines on the Suncoast today. Some residents in Venice are concerned about speeders on their road. Neighbors around a 4-block stretch of Nokomis Avenue want police to crack down or install speed bumps at least. Police are now doing a traffic study there. In northern Manatee County, the concern there is about local mail delivery. Residents in the 5-year-old Cross Creek area say they're tired of driving 5 miles to get their mail. The post office. Postal officials say they're aware of the issue and they're working with stakeholders there now. And new numbers are in on the average price of a house on the Suncoast in Sarasota. It's $285,000. In Manatee County, $280,000. That's about 7.5% and 3.6% up, respectively. Checking traffic, here's a broad brush look at the area. Nothing much to speak of right now. Just be careful. There might be a little bit of fog left behind right now. Speaking of which, here's the forecast.
Yeah, it looks pretty good for us. Daytime highs will top out nicely near 80. We'll see the temperatures climbing throughout the day. And just as a look ahead, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, midnight Sunday, we'll look for a temperature that's close to 60. And then on Monday, only about 68 for a daytime high. Under mostly rainy conditions, I would think.
Yeah, tough start to the new year.
Yeah.
Well, the Buccaneers lost on Sunday, but some wait staff won that night because of one generous Buccaneer. He left a $1,000 tip for the staff at Applebee's in Tampa on Christmas Eve. This man, defensive tackle Silver Saligia, was at the restaurant with some friends, and after the game, he asked the manager, "How many people work here?" He said 10. We'll give each person $100. There's the $1,000 tip right there. The Bucs have also been very generous on the field also, giving away many games. Enjoy your Wednesday. Glad to be back here. And here's a look outside of our window. Good Morning America is up next. There's a Ringling Causeway.